What's up, YouTube? Controlling your actions, control the world. Anyway, people always say that they're afraid of Sebi products because the way he talks about iron. First of all, there's an iron consistent with our blood, and then there are other types of iron, or false irons, you could say. Ferrous sulfate, F-E-R-R-O-U-S, sulfate, is not natural. Well, we could say we're skipping that middleman as the plant, and we're going directly to the rock, and we're taking it from the rock, this form of iron, and we're putting it in a tablet form, and we're giving it to the body. And then people say, oh, iron, it binds me, because you're not getting it in the iron that is consistent with the biology. The plant, a natural plant, will convert that iron in the soil into rock, turn rock into liquid, ferrosis, and then you eat the plant, and it nourishes you. And again, iron has a magnetic pull; it's pulling all the minerals around it. So there's a different form or state of being of the iron. So if you're eating iron that's not consistent with the body, of course it will have adverse effects. So it's the same thing. Ascorbic acid is not vitamin C. It's basically a mimicking, or like an extraction. Again, all extractions are going to be acid. You withdraw something from this alkaline body, it will indeed be acid because you've isolated it from its entire whole state. In a whole state, the body is alkaline. If you pull something from a plant or from a rock, from something in its whole state, and you withdraw it from its whole state, it's going to be acid. That's why it's ascorbic acid, and they call it vitamin C. They're not the same things. If you have it bound in the fruit, or whatever it is, if it's bound in the fiber within the fabric of it, then it can properly be processed, because the body can only take whole foods, because it's a whole body. Anything that's not whole or not complete, like bleached flour and all that, the body will take from itself to convert this substance, make it whole, so it can be digestible. So if it's not whole, it's consistently robbing us. Anything not whole that you put in the body is going to rob us, because the body can't process it unless it's whole. So the body will do whatever it does, or what it has to do, pull things from other parts of the body, various parts, whether it be moisture or whatever, to put it into this substance you've ingested, so it can properly process and evacuate it from the system. So ascorbic acid, ferrous sulfate, any of these things that they're calling vitamin A or C or iron, they're not really natural forms. They're just extractions. Anything isolated and concentrated is a drug by definition. So these are, in essence, drugs, a lot of them. So it's not that there's nothing better than the perfection that nature itself made, or life itself made. And again, people would always argue, like, I've seen wild garlic, I've seen wild this and that. Research the term cultigen and how things have been forced. This is not the natural state of life. Really, I don't understand how people can think poverty, war, and any of these things existing could mean that this is natural. If those things exist, people feel as though that this is, I mean, it's natural in the sense that 1 + 1 = what it equals. If you do this, then this is what the ripple that's going to happen. So yeah, war is going to happen if this happens. So naturally, yeah, this is what happens in an unnatural state, yeah. But at the same time, look at a cultigen, something that's been forced to grow in the wild, that has been placed there, and we can look at this as in all forms too. Again, with people, with animals, all things that have been released, put amongst us, that are not natural. Again, we're in an infinite universe. You need to really stop thinking as like you're an earthling. You need to really stop thinking that all these bodies are placed here the same way that every other body is placed here, or for the same purpose. So you have cultigens, cultivated, culture, something that you're refining. That's what it means. You're altering it from its natural state, removing a sense of wilderness to it, a sense of natural or wildness to it. That's what it all means. It's refinement, basically. So it's not what people are calling natural. It's natural in an unnatural world. It's that, of course, and that's just part of what happens when you deviate from nature. So, yeah, think about it when you have something placed in the culture, a fad, a person that they're exalting, you know, a food, a superfood that they're exalting, and it came from anywhere. It's cultivated, it was manufactured, it was refined and placed there. That doesn't mean it's natural. That doesn't mean this is natural, what we're in right now.